Hi everyone and welcome to Darksiders 2 Deathinitive Edition, Deathinitive Difficulty Walkthrough. This is part 24, the Ivory Citadel part 2. So this is a long episode. This is 21 minutes, but I have to tell you guys, this was edited from 40 minutes. I edited like most of the walking, running, exploring, not centric puzzles. Like there are some puzzles that are essentially moving a plank that you will run into, and I'm not showing like the exact path that you must take, because this can get a little labyrinthic sometimes. Not really, because if you are in the wrong path, you are sure to find the right path immediately. But this is the first kind of big combat of this chapter. As you can see, I'm doing little damage against this fucking angel. This is like a heavy angel or something like that. I don't exactly know the name, but he can two-shot me if he hits me with either of those attacks. From now on it's like 4 more episodes, so this is really nearing his end. Look at that fucking... like, that could have killed me. Like, so shit like that can kill me. So, okay, so there's gonna be like 4 more episodes and the game will end. And this walkthrough will end, I mean. The next 2 episodes, that's why I wanted to kinda keep all the puzzles in this episode. The next 2 episodes are 2 boss fights. Like, directly, back to back, two boss fights. So the next 2 episodes are going to be 2 boss fights, and then we have 2 episodes of the Black Stone, I think. Yeah, that's right. And then we have another boss fight against Samael, which is probably the hardest boss fight in the game. And then after Samael, we'll have the final boss fight of the game. So we are really nearing the end of this walkthrough. Now I will premiere another walkthrough after this one. It will not be more of Darksiders 2, but depending on what you like answered when I asked for an opinion of if I should continue doing the single player DLCs or not, I will still be featuring those DLCs. Like I always upload like or I try to upload 2 videos per day, which is kind of exhausting sometimes because, you know, I have to manage my life, and on top of that I had to actually record 2 different games. And I'm gonna tell you this, guys, I'm kind of like of the mind of when I start playing a game, like I can do it anyways. Like, let me just, you know, talk about what I really want to talk about and not ramble. Like when I first begin playing a game, I like to concentrate on that game and kind of learn it really good, so I can, you know, so I can present a really honest walkthrough and not like a walkthrough like the Rat Dad walkthrough or this other guy who's fucking this guy who DSP. Or a DSP walkthrough, you know. I don't hate DSP, actually. I know a lot of people hate DSP. I find him kind of funny in maybe the wrong way, because I don't laugh with him. I laugh off him, you know, of his rather obnoxious way that he has of playing games and blaming everything on the game itself. Although I feel it natural sometimes. I feel it like he does it naturally, but I cannot pretend like he's doing this really naturally, because he realizes that a lot of people like insult him and tell him I can be this bad in video games and stuff like that, and he cannot really be this bad at video games. I think he's faking it. He's at some level he's really good at faking it. But I don't really want to talk about DSP. I was talking about concentrating on a video game alone, on a single video game that I got finish it, maybe making the walkthrough and then moving on. And sometimes I feel like doing 2 videos of 2 different games per day really forces me to play 2 different games, and that's what I've been doing lately, playing 2 different games. And I feel like I don't really get to display the best gameplay that I can by doing that, or the best gameplay that I could display. And that's not really a fault of anyone but myself. Don't take me wrong. That's like, YouTube doesn't pressure me. You guys don't pressure me because I don't really have that much subscribers. And if I did, I don't think I would feel pressured anyway. Because I just naturally don't do this for money. Don't do this for making money or for any other reason than to, you know, say I play these games. But I do try a little to you know, I do, because if I wouldn't try, I would have made. If I wouldn't try a little to kind of, you know, make these videos comfortable to watch, or at least kind of entertainment, there is a lot of things that I wouldn't be doing. Like, I wouldn't be doing commentary because doing commentary takes a lot of time. I wouldn't be doing much editing. Like, I would have done a let's play channel rather than a walkthrough channel, because a walkthrough is a lot more difficult to do, because you actually, that's why I was saying DSP and the Rat Dad, because I was talking about people that don't put any effort in their walkthroughs and they call it walkthroughs. Like, they have no shame. Like, DSP makes a walkthrough of a game that is beginning to play, or the Rat Dad, and they just call it walkthroughs. Like, no shame. Like, the first time they play a video game, the first time they get it and start playing, and they call it the fucking walkthrough. What? And sadly, they do get a lot more views than any other people that actually, you know, have the patience to at least go through the game once, like for one fucking time, like once, to actually know what the fuck you're doing. So it's rather discouraging. YouTube, that's what I was talking about YouTube, and like, you really wouldn't want to make money out of this, because it's a really discouraging type of business. Like, it would be so much comfortable for me to actually do a let's play of everything, you know, do playthroughs with live commentary and do let's plays, and actually don't edit anything, you know, or get a better internet and actually stream and don't actually do any walkthroughs. I will just record like 20 to 30 fucking minutes of gameplay of the first part of something, and I will put it on, you know, and don't give a fuck about the you know, the views and fucking, you know, if you're liking it, like, or if someone like who was it that actually said that they will like it if this walkthrough would be much more edited and not so much like roaming around and opening chests and stuff like that. One of my subscribers, I'm so sorry about not remembering, but it was a lot of chapters back. It was not a complaint, it was actually like a recommendation, like something that they would like to see. And they were right, he was right, so I actually did it. I hope I didn't piss off other people that like to watch a lot more, but I thought it was correct, that it was a little not lazy. I was going to say lazy, but it wasn't on purpose. Like, I was really loving the walkthrough, and I was preferring a much less edited, because I just love this game, I really do. But I understand that calling it walkthrough is much more efficient for me to edit. That's why this was a 40-minute. I swear to fucking God, this was a 40-minute video, and I just trimmed it to 22 minutes. Yeah, 22. So that's not easy. That's not easy to do, and I keep it logical. Like, in this part, mainly what I pretend of you guys it's like every cut that I do, you have to run to the place that I am, and it's a straight run. There is no confusing time, you know. It's a straight run to the place that I will hope for you to run. So that's the only thing that I kind of edit out: the running and the exploring. Like kind of this what I'm doing here, but since I see, I could have edited out this portal thingies, except a puzzle that is coming right up, that is possibly the hardest puzzle in the game. But this running around these portals, I could have trimmed this out too, and it would have made it even less than 21 or 22 minutes. But I would have end up streaming every single fucking thing, and I don't want that either. So I think 22 minutes for a part that was going to be 40, that I would have made it into a two-parter episode, is better than this. Oh, this fight right here. This is one of the hardest fights in the game, because there are two birds, I think, and then later there are... Oh no, these fucking creatures. These are even worse. These guys hit pretty hard. I will say have a lot of equipment with a lot of resistance and defense, because that's gonna make you survive. I built a glass cannon, but well, actually that didn't hit me that as bad. And look at that, there is an enemy outside the gate, and I'm targeting it. What the fucking... Yeah. Yeah, so I was trying to... You see, I ramble away with the edits and stuff like that. I was trying to say that I feel more comfortable about covering one single game from beginning to end, and making a walkthrough after that, knowing how to play that game, and then moving on to the next game. And if I really like it, like do more challenges, like Bloodborne. I can't get enough of Bloodborne. I still play it. Like I play it without even showing you the gameplay. Like right now I'm doing a sort of invasion type of playthrough, and it's not for the channel. I'm doing it for myself. It's just fun. Like you make, I don't know if you know about the PvP in Bloodborne, but you have some like bells, and you ring the red bell or the sinister bell, and you kinda can invade another people's single player experience or world. The problem with Bloodborne, and why I have a what's wrong with, sorry, I just forgot the name of my own type of review video. The reason why I have a what's wrong with, by the way, this is the hardest puzzle in the game. The reason why I have a what's wrong with the multiplayer of Bloodborne is because the only way that you can invade another another person's single player world is if they used the summoning bell to get someone to help them. So a lot of times, and I'm PvPing anyway, because killing two people, like winning a 2 versus 1 fight, is a lot of times even greater than just killing one people, because doing a 1 PvP on Bloodborne usually ends really fast, with either you dying or you living through the fight. But actually killing two people, like you have really slow chance, a really low chance to actually getting out there alive, and when you actually kill two people, it's rather exhilarating. So I'm kinda going through the game with a character with a special weapon that I like, who is just invading. I just ring the sinister bell, I go through the game normally, playing by myself, and also ringing the sinister bell can get someone in your wall, like as one person can get in your wall and try to kill you. So it's a win-win scenario for me that I want to PvP. So I ring the bell, I go through the world, and when you invade, you just kinda... This is the thing, this is what it makes it fun. When you invade someone and you're going through your own world, you are transported to their world. So your world, if you die in their world, you restart in your world from the beginning. You don't really resume where you left off. But if you win the PvP, you resume where you left off the invasion. So it's kind of like it rewards you for winning. So you don't have to do the entire level again, because every time you ring the bell, you can get to the same place that you were before, and then you get another invasion and it just restarts again. So you see what I'm saying? So that can sound annoying for someone who doesn't like the PvP, but it's actually fun. It's really fun, and I won a lot of 2 versus 1. I'm not an expert in PvP, but anyway, I might actually upload some PvP because I have a lot of PvP content. I haven't uploaded because I don't really think it will be interesting for you guys to see. But I might upload a single chapter, not chapter, a single video of a lot of PvPs, and kind of see if you like it, and if you like it, I can upload some more. Since Dark Souls 3 is kind of on the midst of releasing, I'm going to upload a lot of PvP from Dark Souls 3, and depending on the covenants that are in Dark Souls 3, covenants are like guilds that actually change the nature of the single player and PvP. I don't know even what type of covenants they're going to be in that game, so I might upload a lot of PvP if it is actually good and close to what the PvP was in Dark Souls 1, or I will upload close to the same that I uploaded of Bloodborne, which is close to nothing if it's really bad, and just stick to the single player experience. But I hope it's really good. If it's really good, I'm going to upload a lot of PvP, because naturally I will be doing a lot of PvP because I really like it. I remember Demon Souls PvP. I love Demon Souls PvP. You could invade anyone, and it was a 1 versus 1 usually, because you just invaded one person. You didn't need to invade someone who has already summoned someone in their world, expect to fight 2 people. Like, you could fight 2 people, but only if you invaded someone who just had someone in their world helping them, It wasn't really something that you will engage in every single fight like Bloodborne. It was really, really fun, and Dark Souls as well. You could invade as a single person doing the single player, and that's what it made it fun to invade people. There was a covenant, the Forest Covenant, that was really famous among PvPers. That was a kind of like a gank situation. A gank means like when you are faced with 2 or more opponents, or sometimes allies. Sometimes you could fight alongside an ally and gank the host actually, and sometimes you had like a red invader and a forest invader, and the and the host of the world, which is the person who got invaded, and the host had an ally. So it's kind of like at that point it was like a fucking like a war sort of between people, because everyone could get hit at that point. So it was really, really fun. Like Demon Souls and Dark Souls PvP was hilariously fun. It was always, every time you invaded someone, this is what it made it fun. Every time you invaded someone in Demon Souls or Dark Souls, the PvP was different. Something happened that it made it different. That was the main reason it was fun. You never got that feeling that, oh, okay, here we go again, okay, that PvP looks like this other PvP. No, it was always different. And Bloodborne fucked it up in that regard, yeah. So I hope Dark Souls 3 kinda regains the same PvP as before. So yeah, I'm not going to talk a lot more than Dark Souls. I realized I'm talking a lot about Dark Souls 3, guys, and I do realize it. I'm just so fucking excited. I can't help it. Like the funniest thing is that I was really excited when Dark Souls 2 released, and I was thoroughly disappointed afterwards, especially with the DLC. Like, everyone loves the Dark Souls 2 DLCs, and I fucking hate them. Like, the first one wasn't that bad, actually, but the second one was really, really bad for me, and the third one just kind of fucking closed the deal. It was really, really horrendous. And the main story in Dark Souls 2 is just, with Scholar of the First Sin, is just really, really... It's worse. It's like worse than Dark Souls 2. But it just doesn't compare to Bloodborne, to be honest. I will say that the evolution of the Souls series was Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, and Bloodborne. That's the natural evolution of the series. And now maybe Dark Souls 3. But Dark Souls 2 is like a separate fucking act, like something, like an interlude, like something like that. Where it's not a bad game, don't get me wrong, it's not a really bad game, but it's not really on par with the other games, not even close. And here we go, I'm still talking about that Souls. I'm not going to talk a lot more about that Souls, guys. So in the next 2 episodes we have 2 boss fights. I will go over these boss fights, especially the last one, which can be hard, and Samael one, which is really fucking the hardest part in the game, the Samael boss fight. And then we'll have like 2 more exploring kind of level with really not really that much puzzles, and then the end of the game, guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode, which will be the boss fight of this level. Take care.